Hello, my name is Karen O'Brien. I'm the Director of Student and Family Support for the Tewksbury Public Schools. It is my pleasure to present the Kindergarten 2021-2022 informational presentation for families. Before we begin our presentation, I would like to take a moment to recognize our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Christopher Malone, and our Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Brenda Terrio Regan. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Ms. Terrio Regan.
Hello, parents and guardians of incoming kindergarten students. My name is Brenda Terrio Regan, and I am your Assistant Superintendent. I want to welcome our new class of 2034. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that you have students in the class of 2034. It seems like such a long time ahead of us, but I can guarantee you, now that you've started this process, time really can fly by. In a minute, you're going to meet some of the many people that will help you through this registration process. Our Director of Family and Student Support, Ms. Karen Baker O'Brien, Principal Terry Garish of the Dewing School, Principal Felicia Chinanovich of the Heathbrook School, and some of our amazing kindergarten staff, teachers and support staff. They're gonna describe for you a day in the life of a kindergarten student, share with you some of the features of our academic program, and especially ways in which your child will develop both socially and emotionally by making many new friends and experiencing the kindergarten program in our schools. I want to just remind you that you can visit our Tewksbury Public Schools website, www.tewksbury.k12.ma.us, where you'll find a plethora of information that should answer most of your questions, whether it be around the academic programming in kindergarten, our food and nutrition resources, transportation, and so much more. I'd like you to draw your attention too to the ongoing progress of our new elementary school. Your children, while registering for kindergarten just right now, will have the benefit of attending a brand new elementary school in grades 2, 3, and 4. So this is a very exciting time. We are so happy that you have chosen Tewksbury Public Schools as a place to educate your child and to be part of our school community. I wish you and your child the best. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us if you have further questions after this presentation. Thank you.
Next, I would like for you to meet our building principals. At the Heathbrook, we have Mrs. Felicia Chavanovich, and at the Dewing, Mrs. Terry Garish.
Hi, I'm Terry Garish. I'm principal of the Dewing Elementary School. I've been in education for 25 years or so and have been principal at the Dewing. Well, I'm going into next year will be my 7th year here. I would also like to welcome my colleague right next door.
Hi, everyone. My name is Felicia Chinanovich. I'm the principal here at the Heathbrook Elementary School. I have 20 years of experience in education, and next year will also be my 7th year. Terry and I actually came on board with Tewksbury Public Schools together.
Fun fact, we had our final interviews on the same day, only she was much better dressed than I was. So the Dewing School is kind of neat. We sit on 20 acres on one side of Tewksbury on Andover Street. We have in any year from between 520 and 540 students in 5 grades. So we're preschools, 3-year-olds, preschool, 4-year-olds, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade.
And the Heathbrook is located just across town on Shawsheen Street. We are a K-2 elementary school. We also house the community services preschool program in our building. In any given year, we have between 325 to 350 students. And it's a wonderful, close-knit community on both sides of town.
And one of the things that's nice, regardless of the school that your child winds up going to, which you'll find out based on what street you live on, that we both have the same kind of supports. We have classrooms for the wide range of learning styles that our children bring to us and the needs that they have. Both of our schools are able to serve all of the children in this wonderful town that we get to work in every day.
Yeah, and Terry and I know I speak for both of us when I want to tell you, we welcome you to Tewksbury Public Schools. We are so excited to meet your new kindergarten students and really to welcome you to our school community. So we hope tonight's presentation gives you all the information that you're looking for, but there will also be multiple opportunities over the next couple months for us to connect with you and to get to know you a little better. Terry and I are always here if you have questions, so please feel free to give us a ring anytime, and we really hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation.
Thank you, and we'll see you soon, we hope.
Now we'd like to describe the day in the life of a kindergartner. Our school day begins at 8:45 with the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Students will have circle time with calendar activities, songs, poetry, stories, and math manipulatives. We have large and small group activities with academic focus. Your child will have snack time. We will prepare your child for recess and lunch. They will have some quiet time in the afternoon, additional circle time to focus on the remainder of the day. They may have physical education, art, library, or music. Weather permitting, outdoor play. We begin to wrap our day up with movement, songs, poetry, or literature. They will gather their meal and prepare to go home. The school day will end at 3:05. And now we'd like to show you a video of some highlights.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, tell you now, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too high, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, I'm alone. If you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that.
On behalf of our English Language Education Department, I'd like to introduce you to Miss Karen Hodgson.
Hello, and welcome to kindergarten registration. My name is Karen Hodgson, and I'm a teacher of English as a second language for the students here in Tewksbury. Did you know in America there are close to 5 million students who are English language learners? And what that means is that they come to school, their family or their home uses a language as a native language other than English. And currently there are about 22 other languages aside from English that is used by our students and or their families. So for our kindergarten registration, everybody will get a packet of paperwork that you'll have to fill out. Let's pretend this is the packet. It might not have a pretty little bow, but if we pretend this is the packet, everybody has to fill out. There's a form in here that is near and dear to my heart as a teacher of students who need support with the English language acquisition. So that form that everybody is asked to fill out is called the Home Language Survey. And it primarily speaks to what was the first language they heard. If there's a caregiver, what language is used to communicate during that time. So on this form, this is the same form, I just sort of highlighted the area that has the questions that are pertinent to me in the kindergarten enrollment process. So these 6 questions need to be filled out. And most people I realize will answer English to all of them, which is fine and great. But if there is a question that has an answer other than English, your enrollment paperwork will be flagged and come my way. Reason being is I would like to continue the kindergarten registration with you, but focusing on language. Sort of just clues me in to make sure that we start a conversation now to be certain that when a student starts kindergarten in September, we know if any language support is necessary and we will know how to best support them. In addition, on this form, there are 2 questions I colored in. They won't be colored in on your form, but just wanted to bring this to your attention. These are questions that we ask that you can either answer yes or no to. And it asks if you would like material that comes home to the parents, put in a language other than English. We can get that translated. Or even to have interpreters available and join in on parent-teacher conferences or school meetings. We can make, you need any help filling out this form, please reach out. We can get this form translated for you. We can get an interpreter to work with us in order to get these questions answered. But it is an important start to enrolling your child into kindergarten for September. So if your application gets flagged, I will be reaching out to you to continue the enrollment process, but focusing on language and language acquisition, because we just do want to be certain that come September, all students who are sitting learning from our wonderful teachers are able to understand the content where vocabulary and language is based on English. So please feel free to reach out. This is my contact information. My name is Karen, so the email starts with the letter K. So it's K, and my last name's Hodgson, so it's K Hodgson at tewksbury.k12.ma.us. And I do hope for all of us that come September, we'll be seeing you all in school, in a classroom, making friends, being happy and healthy. Enjoy kindergarten. And again, welcome.
Our Food and Nutritional Service Department is committed to providing your child with a healthy meal every day. All of our lunches include 5 meal components: grain, proteins, vegetables, fruit, and dairy. Your child can select from our main meal, a lunchbox option, or an alternative lunch of sun butter and jelly or grilled cheese. Our menus and latest updates can be found on the Food and Nutritional Services website. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to Deb Mugford, our director. Now, I'd like to take a moment to show you our food and nutritional specialists who will be working with your children every day at each of the elementary schools. At the Doing, Lisa Bevilacqua and Paula Melfa. At the Heathbrook, Laura Sullivan and Beth Cashman. I would like to take a moment to review some general transportation information. First, every child is eligible for bus transportation once the registration process is complete. All of our bus routes are posted mid-August on our district website and in our local newspapers. It is important to note that all times provided are estimates. Additionally, all K-4 students are assigned to a general bus stop, which may not be outside of a student's house. Often, neighborhood parents develop a rotating schedule of who will meet the school bus. Older siblings can meet the elementary bus, and often students walk together. During orientation, families will be asked to complete bus tags for their child. These tags will be worn by your child for the first few weeks of school until a routine develops. On the first day of school, we will have staff members out to greet your child and ensure that they get to the proper classroom. Should you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to Dave Libby, our business manager. You may be asking yourself, so what's next? Well, it's time to register. To register your child for kindergarten, we ask that you visit the Office of Student and Family Support website. Under Centralized Registration, you will see a heading for kindergarten and preschool. Click the link for registration, and it will bring you to the next page. On this page, I'd like to direct your attention to the box in the middle. That's where you will find the registration paperwork, along with a checklist of the necessary documentation. At this time, we ask that you download this file, complete the necessary forms, gather the documentation needed, and email everything back to the email address provided. If you're unable to do so, we ask that you contact our office to make alternative arrangements. In addition to the registration paperwork and the necessary documentation, we require that you have a virtual meeting. In order to make that appointment, click the link as indicated on this slide. Before you select the time and date of your appointment, first you need to select the school. If you're a Heathbrook family, we have appointments available between February 22nd and March 5th. If you're a Doing family, you can select an appointment between March 8th and March 22nd. Now that you've selected your school, you have the ability to select the date and time that best works for you. Feel free to check out every day and find the time slot that works best. I know many of you may have questions regarding kindergarten screening. It is important to note that we are in the process of developing a process for virtual screenings which can be done from the comfort of your home. Information should be finalized and available for you by the beginning of our registration period on February 22nd. Before we conclude our presentation, I would like to review some of the questions we received from our parent survey. When will orientation be held? Typically, this event is held mid-August. Are kindergarten students allowed to take the bus? Absolutely. In fact, we encourage your child to take the bus. Can my older child sit with my kindergarten student on the bus? Details regarding seating will be based on the CDC recommendations at the time school reopens. What are the start and end times of school? Typically, our elementary schools begin at 8:45 and ends at 3:05. Next year, will there be full-day in-person learning? An announcement will be made by the district at a later date. Is there a part-time option for kindergarten? We offer a full-day kindergarten program. What should I do if my child has medical concerns? Please share your medical concerns with the building nurse. Is there before and after school care? Alpha Best provides before and after school care to many of our families in our district. On behalf of the Tewksbury Public Schools, I want to thank you for listening to our presentation. We look forward to meeting you and your child in the near future.